15-minute standby line for Mystic Manor down here at Hong Kong Disneyland. Very short line as compared to other times that I've been here in this park. I've waited upwards of an hour. Again, as I shared, Mystic Manor, closest attraction to the U.S. theme parks would be our Haunted Mansion, although, you know, I'll use that term here loosely. Not really themed after a Haunted Mansion, and we'll let you guys take a walk through the queue here and enjoy, you know, a different experience. And, you know, what is a unique ride to Hong Kong Disneyland? We don't have an attraction like this. And when I first came here, it was, you know, equated to me as the Hong Kong version of the Haunted Mansion, although the more that I ride it, the less I believe that. And my personal opinion, let you guys take a ride on the Mystic Manor with me, and then you guys can share your opinions in the comments, what you think about the ride, what you might enjoy. If you've experienced this ride in person yourself before, yeah, feel free to comment in the video here. We're in the outside queue, just getting ready to enter into the queue inside the building. And some of you that are deep into Disney history, nostalgia, I'll try to point out some of the different names that are involved here, and you know, where these names start to draw a connection into different, I guess we'll use the word society, not to give everything away, but if you do some research over Mystic Manor, yeah, you'll learn a little bit about some different thoughts, different individuals that this story is based on, and I guess we'll just, I'll share you the picture up here, but the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, the SEA. So we'll give you guys a hint that those that aren't familiar. And there's some things that are displayed here that will help you. Again, feel free to dive down the proverbial Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole, and you know, learn a little bit about the SEA, and you'll be able to draw some connections to this ride and the basis for the story that it's sharing and telling. So we'll share the poster here. Line's moving, sorry. So we'll continue to share, but you can pause the video there if you need to read about the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, and then the different art around with the different members. I guess I kind of forgot to look at the time when we entered the ride, but I think it was just after 6 o'clock, about 6:02. Sorry, 6:07. Maybe closer to 6:10. But we are roughly 5 minutes into the ride queue based on video time. So 5 minutes of a 15-minute wait time. We'll zoom into some of the plaques under some of the photographs. And these pictures start to help paint the story for what you experience on the ride with Albert. Albert is the monkey, if you haven't figured that part out yet. And his adventures during the ride. There we have the map of the global territories. So yeah, as I shared, about 6.5 minutes into the queue, 15-minute wait time. And I don't really have the ride science down like our friends at Fresh Bake. However, not really doing line science here today. I guess the line science would be if it says 15 minutes and you're not into the overflow areas off to the left, going straight into the indoor queue, you can do a time check and see if that is accurate. They do have a lightning lane type, fast pass type system here in the parks, so obviously that has impact, just as we know it does at our parks in California and Florida. Don't see a lot of members actively scanning in when I was coming into the line, so not sure how much that's going to interrupt or change wait times for us on the ride. But I will say that historically, when I've seen a wait time at one of the theme parks here, whether that's in Tokyo or here in Hong Kong, the accuracy is pretty close. In this case, it was 15 minutes. I wouldn't expect it to be more than 20. They're usually within 5 minutes without miss. So, yeah, expect that to be pretty accurate. But, yeah, this ride in particular, again, very unique, so worth giving you guys an on-ride view of a ride different than what we have in the U.S., where, you know, I suspect a lot of my viewers follow from. And again, being Disney fans, probably a lot of people that have experience with either Disneyland in California or the Walt Disney Park in Florida. And again, giving you guys just a different view, a different perspective of Disney around the world as I am making my way home following a business trip in Vietnam with a layover in Hong Kong. So, yeah, if you're just joining, 3-week business trip started in San Diego. No real time to enjoy the California parks, but that's okay. I grew up there, so plenty of time in those parks. Did connect through Tokyo and had a day there. So I did take in Tokyo Disneyland, and then after nearly 2 weeks in Vietnam, making my way home, and my connection home to Los Angeles, ultimately back to Orlando, is through Hong Kong this time. So with an extended layover here in Hong Kong, took the time for a quick visit this afternoon. I'll stay overnight, and then before my flight, gonna come to park tomorrow in the morning as well for a few hours, and spend a little bit of time. Again, time check now 6:17, a little over 2 hours before park closure, and decided with these reduced wait times on some of the unique rides, take those in now and give you guys an on-ride video so that you can experience these rides that are different from those we have in the States. Turn around, we're in kind of a holding queue, again, similar to Haunted Mansion, where we're outside of the lift or elevator, taking you into the ride. And so again, that's where the commonalities are drawn, is the way that you enter and maneuver through the rides, kind of the intentions behind the construction. Again, in this case, taking us into an isolated room, similar to Haunted Mansion, where we are going to observe. Everybody's queuing up for the exit door over there. I'm going to queue over here to give you a view. And we'll go quiet while presentation.
Hello, can you hear me out there from back in the projection room? Welcome to Mystic Manor. 歡迎大家來到my late home to a world-class collection of art, antiquities, and my personal residence. I am Lord Henry Mystic. The young fellow at my side is Albert, my traveling companion, confidant, and rather mischievous partner. Yes, Albert, that's you. Now run along. Well, for several years now, Albert and I have traveled the world in search of rare and precious artifacts for you to enjoy as you tour our home in Mystic Manor. These are just a few of our treasures. And here is our latest acquisition, an ancient music box. Legend has it that this charming music box has the power to bring inanimate objects to life with the touch of its enchanting music. Superstition and nonsense. Oh my. Well, we shall see when we open it, shan't we? Albert, who's a little fellow who can't keep his hands off that music box. Yes, you like that box, don't you? We'll examine it later. Now, shoot. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. Welcome, one and all, to Mystic Manor. I better go find the little beggar. He's always up to something.
And with that, we'll make our way into the entry corridor. Then we'll have a walking style, I don't want to say exactly like Haunted Mansion, but walk into a loading area, down a corridor. Ride vehicles are not the same. So ride vehicles, more of a two-row vehicle construct, similar to dark rides that we see in California and Florida rides. Again, no promises. I'll see what I can do to sit in the front to have an unobstructed view. Multiple vehicles partake in the interactive presentation throughout. So in that sense, it's more of a Mickey and Minnie railroad type presentation. Where multiple ride vehicles or a Ratatouille type adventure that are interacting into the ride at one time. We're just queued up here waiting to get out to the boarding area. So from a ride vehicle perspective, more along those lines. And yeah, you'll see as we get out there, definitely, again, different than Haunted Mansion in that sense. So yeah, ride vehicles coming in. We're holding. Looks like I'm going to get in the second row. One person?
You want to be the front?
Please.
Yeah, sure. Row number 3.
Thank you. Great. Front row. So, as I said, they are more like Mickey and Minnie, right? Trackless vehicles. For Ratatouille, in the sense that, yeah, again, trackless vehicles that interact into the ride. And we're going to board up here, and I'll go quiet as we enjoy Mystic Manor. Just observing here. Looks like you've got some pretty low battery, so I'm going to, after this ride, hopefully make it through. You need to plug in. I've got some portable battery packs with me, and see if we can't charge up. But until then, enjoy the ride.
Hello there. I was just looking for stuff. There's the music box I told you about. Thanks, by my new friend.
stand beside me, don't look away. Try to find some words to say. Who do you think you'll find here? Someone's got to pay.
That music box, did you? You never know. Legend just might be true. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed your visit to Mystic Manor. Cheerio!
Please gather your belongings and watch your step as you exit the carriage to your left.
请带好自己的随身物品，从车厢左侧下车，请注意安全。谢谢。
So there's the ride on Mystic Manor. I'm going to
Please gather your belongings and watch your step as you exit.
make sure I'm still plugged into my battery pack here.
请带好自己的随身
Yep, I got a
物品，
signal now that
从
I'm
车厢左
charging.
侧下车，请注意安
So
全。
trying to not lose video for the rest of the night and stay with you guys for the rest of this trip for today. Going down to their shop here, so we'll turn around